right, we're ready.
Okay, the first thing is to, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? So moved. Do I have a second?
Thank you. Okay, so the minutes are approved. We have one item before us today, a resolution offered by Mayor Horgan approving, confirming appointments of Rich Swirsky, John Malish, Bob Keith to the Tree Commission, approving and confirming the appointment of Sarah Vredenberg in the Tree Commission, to the Tree Commission, with her term expiring on January 1st, 2020, approving and confirming the appointment of Joyce Smith to the Tree Commission with her term expiring on January 1st, 2021, and declaring an emergency. So we have a special guest here today from administration. Ellen, would you like to talk about this a little bit for us?
Sure, thank you, Chairman. The code, which this council passed in 2016, calls for a tree commission to be made up of the service director or his designee, a member of council as appointed by the president of council, the city council clerk or their deputy, and 2 members of the public as appointed by the mayor. So these are the nominations from the mayor. One individual, Miss Smith, served on the Mayor's Citizens Institute, which is actually goes on every year. It's going on again starting in August, and she expressed interest in finding a way to serve, on a board or commission, and the mayor felt this was a good pick. And then Ms. Vredenberg was also brought to the mayor's attention as someone who would be interested in this work. She's a master gardener and has a lot of experience, so these are the mayor's appointments, and we're looking for council's approval.
Okay, do you have any questions from members of the committee? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What does a tree commission do?
So you can find that in the code. It's 101 is the section, but there are essentially 2 main functions. One is they advise and help provide recommendations on the tree plan, which is there's a plan for the entire city. So every street tree in the Devil Strip, each street has a planned out type of tree, and that changes from time to time. Again, trying to ideally pick trees that don't cause disruption in the sidewalk, things like that. And also they hear appeals from orders issued by the service director under the code. So that would be either for a street tree that needs to be removed because it's causing, again, problems with the sidewalk, or it's unsafe, or a nuisance tree, which would be private property, a tree that's basically a threat to safety or property on someone's private land that needs to be removed.
Well, thank you. Talking about the trees on private property that can be a hazard to the public. I know council has considered passing ordinance to take care of that, dead trees. We never did pass that, did we? I don't think we have an ordinance, but we've talked about it over the years. Yeah.
We do have a tree ordinance that City Council, several members wrote over a long period of time, and then it was approved by City Council, and part of it was establishing this commission.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in other words, if there is a tree and it comes to the attention of the city and it's something that would be considered hazardous, the tree commission can look into that and order the property owner to have that tree removed. Is that how that would work?
So it would still be the service director that would issue the orders, but if the property owner disagreed, they could appeal those orders, and you say, I don't think my tree needs to come down. And that would go to the tree commission?
That would go to the tree commission?
Yeah.
So does the service director have the authority to order somebody to remove a tree? Is it just safety?
Yes, it's the nuisance tree part of the code. Mm-hmm.
Have we done that lately, that you know of?
You'd have to ask John Malish, who's our city arborist. He could probably give you
right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ellen, I do want to kind of clarify a little bit in regards to the Devil Strip, lawn strip trees. Do you think this is more on the private property side, or do you think it's in regards to the Devil Strip too? And what I mean by that is, like, us council members will get calls where a resident thinks the tree's dead, and we would have someone come out and take a look at it on the Devil Strip. I'm only talking about the Devil Strip, lawn strip. And then somebody will verify, you know, it's like roughly 70% dead, and it is a public safety matter, and we do need it removed. This probably won't come before this?
No, so it would really only come before the tree commission if the property owner didn't agree, maybe
Okay.
disagreed that the tree should come down.
Okay.
That might go to the commission, but if everyone's in agreement that the tree is dead and needs to come down, there's nothing for the tree commission to do.
And if you don't mind, I'd like one more question. I know there's a really good guy that I deal with. I'm sure everybody deals with this person. His name is John Hillkirk. He works with the city, and he mostly, I think he only does like lawn strip trees. But the reason I'm asking that is, I mean, is that something that we should involve him in regards to this? Because he's a certified city tree arborist too, correct?
I'm actually not familiar with that particular individual. I'm sure, again, the service director or John Malish would be able to weigh in, but John Malish is the chief city arborist, so
okay.
I'm sure, might work with John Malish.
Okay.
So, and again, John Malish is part of this commission, and anything the tree commission does will be reported back to the people who do the work.
I just wanted to make sure he was kind of included, because I think he's a pretty good guy, and I know he deals mostly with the lawn strip trees, so that's it. So, all right, thank you, I appreciate it.
That's a good suggestion, and if I am appointed, I will try and reach out to him. Anything else, Ellen, you want to add, or Mrs. Sims?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sarah Wurtenberg is such an invaluable resource. I guess my question would be, why is she only on there for 5 months?
So the code actually anticipated that the first terms would end January 2017 and January 2018, so we had to fit into those slots. So unfortunately, they have to be staggered. We're just following the way the terms are set out in the code. I'm sure the mayor would bring forward legislation to reappoint. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the affirmation of her appointment. Yeah. Any other questions from council members? Can we pass this as an emergency tonight, or is consent agenda okay, or how do you want to do it?
Given that this is the last meeting before your break, might
Okay.
want to pass it tonight. Otherwise, conceivably you could pass it back in September, but I would think council would want to move on it.
Okay, that's a good perspective. Do I have a motion to pass this evening? Suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay, it's done. Any other business before this committee? If not, then we'll adjourn.